Hello everyone. First set of the semi-final of Cupa Contra. Again, we've got massive delays. First, the start was postponed, then the new start was delayed again. So this is pretty normal for this part of the world. Don't get too upset. So we have two semifinals. That's obvious to everyone. One of the semifinals is only Bulgarian teams, two Bulgarian teams. This is Celopec and Olymp. And now we are showing the other semi-final, which are two Romanian teams. So basically, they're playing open team of Romania against senior team of Romania. It's not so official, but it's kind of like that. So seniori, they are called the pair that participates in the team North-South here. And Bogdan Marina East, Unutku, they are part of Marele Urs. Urs means a bear. Marele, I'm not sure. So they quickly reached 4 hearts. I missed the beginning, but we'll catch up with that. Okay, interesting auction. I'll add the names of the players at the other table while I'm waiting this board to finish and to see what we've missed. Okay, the players are now added, so we can focus on the game. Let's see what happened here. It finished 2-off. I guess the 4 hearts bit with only 4 cards was a bit too aggressive. So let's have a look. What did we miss? One diamond, absolutely fine. One spade, good. Pass, good. Three spades, slightly aggressive, but okay. 4 hearts, there is no way I can agree with this bit. Double is the obvious bit, extra points. And it's suggesting hearts. If partner beats clubs, we can go back to diamonds. 4 hearts basically commits to game forcing and in any system and sensible bridge. I think it shows 6-5. Ace king queen is nice, but I don't think that's a good compensation. So 2-off, I think it's a very good result for North South, considering this could have been doubled and you can lose trump control and it can be a disaster. Uh, Still, despite the adventure, only two imps lost here for Signori because they stopped in 4 diamonds. Yes, you can see this is how the auction should be. Two clubs, pass hand, that's why he bid it. Lead direction, I somehow agree with this bit, a bit aggressive. Normally you need to have 10ish points. And here we can see that Marina Stegaroiu is doubling, not bidding 4 hearts, and this enabled them to reach 4 diamonds and only go one off and win 2 imps. So let's see. We're playing this semi-final consists of 30 boards in total, three sets of 10 boards, and this is the first one. Early days, a lot to happen. Three spades in this vulnerability is slightly aggressive, slightly too conservative. Normally, many people have agreed those in favorable, either the 2 or the 3 bit to be very aggressive, usually the 3 bit and the 2 bit to be more conservative. There are pairs that play also both 2 spades, 2 of a suit and 3 of a suit preempt are both very weak in this vulnerability favorable. But whatever you play, if both partners are on the same page, does better than anything else. So I guess they just keep playing old-fashioned constructive preempts even in first seat favorable. So three spades, pass, pass, pass. South didn't find the strength to overcall. We can see that they could make 3-no trump because the queen of clubs is coming and they've got 10 top tricks, north-south I mean. So potential gain for east-west. Could South beat 3-no trump? I know people who would. It's absolutely insane, but it's in the game. Anyway, the normal bit is pass and north passing is also normal, so it's kind of a normal contract after three spades opener. But possible gains for the other table. These cards are going very quickly. Well done to the operator to follow this play because it's even difficult for me to follow it, let alone someone who needs to look at the table like this 4 times and click every trick, every card. So what will happen? 3 more losers for Declare or 4 depending if he guesses the hearts, but the opponents guessed it for him. And this will be 140 to East West at this table, Team Marele Urs. If they play with that speed, they can play 2 sets for the time of one, I guess. But this is compensating for all the delays, so we'll just catch up with the schedule, I hope. On this board, North-South have potential to make 3-no trump. They also have the point count. So unless something that I don't see happens, this should be 3-no trump for 9-10 tricks. So let's have a look what is happening at the other table. They are still playing board 2 and they had the same auction, 3 spades, pass, pass, pass. Yes, after a 3 spades opener, it's pretty normal that North-South cannot find the 3-no trump. Not that it's normal to find it otherwise if 3 spades is not the opening bid, but it makes it difficult indeed. So would they be able to defeat this contract? It will be interesting to see. Because if Declare misguesses the hearts, the defense has 5 tricks. They have 1 already in clubs and 2 spades and 2 hearts will be 5. So potential 5 imps to Marele Urs if Declare here at this table misguesses the hearts. Let's go back to the other table and see if North-South will reach the 3-no trump. They are not starting. Okay, the moment I said that, they started. It looks like a trivia auction. One no trumps, dame, and two hearts, three no. One club, okay, maybe they play weak no trump. Ah, no, the guy has 18 points, sorry, so I counted 16. So, yes, one club is normal. A diamond or a spade by south, two no trump by north, and sooner or later they'll get to three no trump. South decided to bid one spade because they probably bypassed the diamond when they have a 4 card major and a non-game forcing hand. This is pretty standard in natural system nowadays. Convention Walsh, or maybe some people know it by a different name. Now I doubt South will be looking for 5 diamonds or any other contract different than 3 no trump, so I expect him to bid it. I think the best lead against 3 no trump, the best in terms of gains for the defenders is the spade lead because they can set up 2 spade tricks. Hearts is also okay, but difficult to lead and fewer gains, more communications needed. In any case, I don't think the defenders can take more than 2 spades and 2 aces. So I expect 9 or 10 tricks depending how it's gonna go and what's the opening lead. Of course, spade is not a favorite lead now when we have 4 spades and somebody bit one spade. What we know though is that South probably doesn't have 5 spades because he didn't beat a check back. So if we were shorter in spades and we know partner is long, we would lead it, but now it's tricky. So he slid a diamond, hoping this is partner's long suit, and when he sees that dummy, which is now, he's probably not very happy. Furthermore, from his point of view, he could lead a club the unbeat suit, which he's got 4 in, and dummy has singleton. Little he knows that a club lead is worse for him because it will set up more tricks for declare. So 7 imps now. Apparently declared the other table misguessed the hearts in 3 spades. Let's have a quick review what happened. The ace of clubs lead and a diamond return that we saw. Declare playing spades and now a small heart was returned immediately. I think this is helpful for declare because who plays under the queen when there is jack empty, but it's very psychological, so I guess anything is possible. So it might be just a pure guess. However, North gave the chance to declare to make a mistake, unlike at the table we are watching, and declared it make a mistake. Okay, declare feeling safe now because he's got 9 tricks. Still, he would probably go right now for the spade finesse, while he's got protection in all other suits. He's thinking what are the chances now if the spade finesse loses. They return a club to the ace and return a heart back and take three hearts. Theoretically, it's possible. It's possible for declare to go off. Not on this layout, but okay. He decided not to experiment with the spade finesse. So he'll just cash out the diamond, see what opponents are discarding, and decide later if he should take the spade finesse or not. That is also a misclick. If the operator can hear me, the queen was probably overtaken, yes. What happens at the other table? 3-0 trump as well. Which is also en route to make just making. Oh no, +1. The declare has 4 more tricks to cash right now. The play is going extremely fast now, and operators really struggle to keep up with the players. I totally understand them because it's a flat hand, flattish, obvious hand that it makes. The players are speeding up. One more imp for Marele Ors and 8 new after 3 boards. 630 compare, sorry, 430 compared to 400. Let's go back to our regular table. East-West can make a few spades, maybe 2 spades, but North-South can probably make more hearts. Something like 4 hearts, considering the position of the Jack of Clubs and the heart situation. North-South have only 1 spade loser and 2 aces in the minors. I don't believe they'll reach game with only 21 count, but if they do, it's makeable. On the other hand, East-West have a spade loser, 2 heart losers, a club and 2 diamond losers, so even 2 spades will be tough to make. So when I said they can make a few spades, does 1 count as a few? I don't think so. Would you open with West hand, vulnerable first seat? If you're a Bulgarian, the answer is easy, yes. If you're from elsewhere, you've got a problem. If you're building up a regular partnership, and even if not, it's good to set up some standards for what an opening means, how strong you can be, how weak you can be, so partner knows how to adjust their invitational bit. In Bulgaria, people invite with 12, 13 points because their partners open with 9, 10. So the total needs to make up some sense to get to game, especially with balanced hands. Still no beat by West. The last two boards started extremely slowly. I have no idea what is going on. They they spent less time to play than they spent between the boards, so I'm deserting them and moving to the other table. Trivia auction, one heart, two hearts. I don't understand how East cannot beat spades twice. I mean, that is way beyond me. You have six spades with Queen Jack sixth, and you pass one heart. You don't beat one or two spades, and then it comes two hearts pass to you, and you don't beat the six Queen Jack sixth of spades and an ace. I guess that one of his spades is with the clubs. Still biddable spades, but more acceptable. Sorry, sorry, this is. Yeah, I guess team seniors just play some old-fashioned bridge, very, very old-fashioned. Not bidding Queen Jack 16 spades and a side ace throughout the whole auction is not what the realities of bridge are nowadays. The game has moved forward big time, and a player with such holding is really inclined to make a bit. Otherwise, you just lose. Not on this hand, of course. On this hand, it seems North-South have four hearts to make. So yeah, toilet break, okay. At the other table, there is a toilet break while North-South here are getting 170. The one thing I missed is that I said the Jack of Clubs is on finesse, but it's a two-way finesse. You have the 10 and the 9. So unless the opponents play the club suit like now, you actually need to guess who's got the Jack of Clubs. Not anymore. 170 is coming in. Probably it's claimed now. That's why Declare is not playing. They are claiming and agreeing. Yes, exactly. 10 tricks. Well done. I really think he didn't see one of his cards. Probably it was sorted. The hand was sorted badly, and one of the spades was somewhere else because with Queen Jack 16 and ace, he should have made a bit both times he could. Board 5, exciting hands for North-South. Grand Slam actually is available. No, it's not a Grand Slam, it's just a small slam. It's not obvious though, you need to do some work. You need to take hard finesse, I think, to make the slam because you need to have two hearts in order to set up the hard suit, assuming that you lose a diamond on the way. So the slam is not easy to beat, only 28 points and only a 9 card fit. But if they beat it, they have a chance to make it. I don't believe they will. However, on a non-diamond lead, the slam is very easy because you win the ace of hearts, you play queen of hearts, discarding diamonds, and when they play diamond, you win and discard the rest of the diamonds. So they're in trouble only on a diamond lead, and then they really need to take hard finesse to make the contract. Otherwise, they may end up with both diamond and a hard loser. Three clubs, no doubt it's a conventional bit, assuming 2-0 Trump is Jacobi game forcing. However, in the Western world, 2-0 Trump is 99% Jacobi, and in Europe, quite a few people play 2-0 Trump as Invitational Plus, so I'm not sure which one it is, but if I have to bet, it's game force. Three clubs is probably a minimum hand, and three diamonds is asking what is going on, and three hearts spades would have been shortness in clubs diamonds, three no is shortness in hearts. I think this is called Swedish Jacobi. Again, everybody calls conventions the way they want, but I don't know another name for this Swedish Jacobi. Although in Bulgaria we played probably before the Swedes played, but we forgot to name it Bulgarian Jacobi, I guess. And they took it, or maybe we saw it and we didn't feel like calling it Swedish. Now Marina South is thinking what to do because she now knows partner is a minimum. Partner has singleton in her suit. It is hard to tell what minimum is. It can be anywhere between 11 and 14 points in principle. So North has the minimum point count, but those 11 points are the greatest 11 points. Three key cards. There can be more 14 point hands that have a worse value. Now, after four clubs qubit, North has no bit basically. He's shown his singleton heart, and the only qubit he's got is clubs. So I guess due to the lack of other options, he needs to bid for spades. Four hearts repeating the singleton would probably mean a void, so he didn't want to do that. Now, Marina knows that partner doesn't have the king of diamonds. The opponents know that North-South may not have, might have not so good diamonds, so diamond lead is looking more and more likely here, which is very bad news for the slam. Not very, but bad news makes it way more difficult. Still, South can easily continue because she still has a good hand. She does have the diamond qubit. Oh la 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 la. Okay, six spades. She knows that if partner doesn't have a red suit control, then he must have top cards, so she thought he must have the aces for sure and didn't bother to ask Blackwood. Let's see what the opening lead will be. Queen Jack of Diamonds looks easier to lead, but the auction is probably suggesting diamond. It's not really clear, anything can be right or wrong here. I would personally never lead a heart or a spade on this auction. It feels like we need to attack one of the minor suits. Of course, the defenders have no idea that South has such good hearts, but they have a good idea that Declare only has a singleton, so normally that suit should not be of interest when leading, because even if you hit partner with something, you won't take any tricks unless the ace, and then you open up the suit. However, East thinks differently and he leads a heart. Now it will be easy make because Declare will win. Draw the trumps, run the queen of hearts, discard the diamonds, losing just to the king of hearts. So well done to North-South. 12 tricks will be made and they'll make their slam. Let's see if the other table came back from the toilet. Yes, they did. They finished board 4, 3 hearts plus 1. The other table was 2 hearts plus 2. So that is the first push board for this match. And the board now, the slammy hand. The slammy hand is currently in 3 spades, but their hand was taken. So I assume that. Yes, okay, not a part score, but a game. So another another board that will be won by Marele Urs, and not just a board but a slam board, so this will probably be 13 more imps for Marele Urs with 5 boards into this semi-final. They'll be leading with something like 21 imps, which is an excellent start and well deserved. No doubt there is a claim now, and players are just agreeing, yes. 12 tricks for 680 compared with 1430, 13 imps to Marele Urs. It's coming in a minute once the other table finishes the hand. This is an exciting look at East West. What are the shapes of their hands? And look at North South. Two different universes. West is 5-5, East is 6-4, so 10 cards in their longest suits. And North is 4-4-3-2, and South is 4-4-4-1. So North South have a spade fit, but West will be very happy to defend in spades. East West have a club fit only, but trumps are 4-1 there as well. What will happen? I want to see this board on the table with the Bulgarians, in the match with the Bulgarians, because thing can go pretty wild there, but let's see if the Romanians can do something wild as well. Yeah, the other table finished the slam board, so 21 imps to Marele Urs. Moving to the other table where these guys are starting. One diamond, one spade over call. He didn't open this hand, considering he passed with Queen Jack sixth several times. I don't expect him to open with this lousy hand. Otherwise, I believe two hearts is a straightforward bit, not because of the quality, not because of the vulnerability, but because of the shape, the lack of spades, and the modern way of playing and bidding as much as possible. West is fighting on his own. East is happier now because no spades were there, but the clubs are good for East. So two clubs final contract. I thought it would be way more exciting than it actually is. Let's see the other table. The other table, one diamond, one spade. But pass here, not one, no trump. Two diamonds? Two diamonds? Oopsie, Bogdane, you forgot your system, or you not forgot the system. I'm pretty sure they played two. Bogdan thinks that two diamonds is hearts, and you not thinks that two diamonds is a good raise in spades. This is very clear. North South have no clue what's going on. Every one of them thinks partner is a singleton trump, so they cannot really double. And good for East West, they were not doubled. There are two ways of this board finishing, either laughing or a big scandal. Let's see what we won't see, unfortunately. We don't have cameras there. That's the next level, to put cameras for the players so we look at their faces and reactions when things are happening. But if you play on Into Bridge, these boxes are for videos and you can actually play online bridge with video and audio integrated, so you don't need to use Zoom or any other platform, and you can have all in one and play the social game of bridge together all within one platform. This will be fun to watch. Codea will try to minimize the damage, scoring as many trumps as possible, and the way to do that is not to play trumps, but to let the opponents play trumps and give you roughs. I'm sure that North-South have realized by now that there was a system misunderstanding. Actually, the screen mate of Bogdan should have received the information that two diamonds were transferred to hearts. From the other player's point of view, they have received the information that it's a good race and they see it's not a good race, so they pretty much, the defenders, know that Declare is in big trouble and they don't expect him to have 7-8 spades. And what happens at the other table? The IS two clubs is just what happens. 3 to 3. Claim, okay. Undo, sorry. Declare can take at least 4 more tricks, probably 5, so that should be making or down 1, I guess making. But it is for sure that the team scenario will win imps on this board. Let's see how many, depending on how badly 4 spades goes. Nor decided to return a spade from his 4 little. I don't see the logic in that play, but I guess there is some. Of course, not for Declare not to score his trumps by roughing, but supposedly he's got decent trumps, so you're just giving him the trumps and giving yours away. Oopsie. Yes, still not a big gift. Codea has almost only winners in all suits except for the spade suit, so he thought I'll now play a spade and let them play my suits, which is a very good idea actually. And he'll just end up like down 2, which in the beginning didn't look okay. It will be down 3 because North will rough the Queen of Hearts or the Queen of Diamonds, whatever Declare plays to get rid of the club. So down 300 points. They're gonna lose a few imps, but I think on the scope of the potential disaster that could have been this contract, 300, I take it if I'm called there and Marina. They'll just lose a few imps. Of course, they don't know exactly what, but interesting hand. So Marina and Kude are a regular pair for many years, and I guess that recently they changed this to diamonds, and it didn't come very often, or they changed it 2 years ago and it didn't come very often. Or Bogdan Marina saw a double after the spade, which is more popular to play transfers after. So whatever happened, it's just a testimony that anybody can really get it wrong, make a mistake in the bidding, or remember the wrong bid. Bogdan Marina is the best Romanian player for many, many years, professional teacher, holiday maker with more developed business in France. Is really you not thinking here? Thinking what can run? Very nice if he is, because he's trying to save 3 imps in a disastrous board where you just wanted to finish and move forward. So admirations if he's thinking. And we can look at the other table. Oh, they've started. We'll look at it later. Okay, I'll get a minute break until the next board starts. Starting the official part of this broadcast with my jacket. I'm just feeling cold. So 7 imps, first imps for Team Signori. 4 spades went down 4. And the other table was 2 clubs down 1. They didn't manage to make it, so only 7 imps for Team Signori from this hand. They couldn't get fewer imps based on the blow by Marina and Caldea, but it's still 7 imps. 1 heart by south, 3 hearts by west, asking for a stopper, a popular convention. Double by north, trying God knows what, maybe some hearts, maybe some points. East beat 3-0 Trump because he's got a stopper. South didn't know what to do, pass, and North took the executive decision to beat 4 hearts. For me, that is very, very brave because we only have a few tricks, but who knows? It's not such a bad contract because South has a great hand for North. and the spades are coming 3 to 3. So this contract for hearts may even make. Nice bid by West Coast there for no trump. It's both ways to make or to be a sacrifice against four hearts. And we can see that for no trump is only down one. And in the meantime, four hearts looking as a ridiculous contract and auction. Funnily enough, can make if you lose a diamond, a club, and a heart. So well done to go there here because four hearts making won't be nice. Oh, the other table was in four hearts. Marele Urs, Marina, and Cookie were in four hearts making. So Cordea's bid of four no trump really saved the day here. So let's see the auction at the other table. One heart by South, two diamonds over Co. Two hearts, pass, three diamonds, double, four hearts. I've never seen any auction like that. Apparently this double is now takeout. I'll personally play this as a penalty double in this seat. We already said we are passing two hearts. So this auction is very weird to me, but they reached the right contract, so who can blame them? Well done, four hearts making. Normally, if the suit is supported, the double can be takeout, but if it's one person bidding and we've stopped in two hearts, for me double is penalty. Just because bidding game here it doesn't make sense because this hand didn't invite initially South. Anyway, they reached it, they scored 620, happy days. So down to after all that in yes, because three spades were cashed, ace of hearts and the last spade winner. But that is 9 imps to team Marele Urs and now they're leading 13-7 with 3 boards to go from the first set of the semifinals. What happened in the other quarterfinals earlier? So first of all, the first 4 teams were choosing between the teams finishing 5th and 8th. Second, out of those 4 matches, only the leader, Cheupech, won against their opponents. The other 3 teams that were choosing opponents made the wrong choice, apparently, and they lost. So Gip lost to Signori, who were showing this match, and you can see the recording on our YouTube channel. Then Meta, another Romanian team, lost to Marele Urs, which was kind of expected. Marele Urs is the best Romanian team. And Popescu from Romania as well lost to Olymp. So they started with 5 Romanian teams and 3 Bulgarians. Now it's 2 Romanians and 2 Bulgarians. And the final will be Bulgarian against a Romanian team because the semifinals are 2 Bulgarians against 2 Romanians. So the results, Popescu lost by 40 plus sims to Olymp. Meta lost just 10 imps to Marele Urs. Gip lost 20 shims to Signori. And Choupech won by 30 imps against Bridge Over Nations, the team with the best name I've ever seen in Bridge. Bridge Over Nations. How great is that? One note shown by Cordero with 14 points. I suspect this is 15-17 and he upgraded. Fair enough. I'm fine with this upgrade. Pass to South, who is also going to pass with this flat hand. So the contract will be one no trump. What can you make here? It depends a lot, but not many. Declare will definitely play for spades, aiming to establish two spade tricks, two hearts and a diamond for down two. The defense doesn't have immediate counter-attack, no long suit to establish, so they would be just pumping hearts, clubs, diamonds, and they should be careful not to give declare tricks, especially with the diamond suit, where declare has potential to develop more tricks if he gets helped, because he doesn't have enough communications to do the hard work himself, and he's got another job to do, developing spades. Down one, this feels like a success for declare, and they scraped another imp. 50 compared with 90, so both pairs of Team Marelle played in one no trump. One made it, the other went off, but the ones who made it brought 90 points and the other ones minus 50, so one imp to Marelle, and they're leading by 24 imps with two boards to go. Sorry. 26 points for East West. I suspect they will reach 3 no trump somehow. But the strong hand is beating class, so North-South have opportunities to preempt, especially South. If it gets pass to South, you can easily beat 3 spades, or at least 2 spades, of course. Then West will just beat that level of no trump. If South opens 2 spades, West will beat 2 no trump, and if South opens 3 spades, West should be beating 3 no trump. That's classic. Normally 3 no trump is about 15 to 22 points if balanced, otherwise you can have a long suit. And to those interested, you can read something about relay for clubs range ask after the 3 no trump. Three spades, I think this is pretty normal. I have some doubts they'll beat that because it's seniors after all and they're a bit more conservative as we saw until now. But yes, wisdom prevailed over age and three spades. Yes, as I mentioned, Kildare will beat that level of no trump. North will pass. East will be very happy to provide whatever he's having, 9 flat points. So what happens? Declare will need to establish the clubs. He might be shaky about who's got the ace of clubs, but it's his only chance. I mean that if South has the ace of clubs, obviously he can catch the spades, but it's not the case. Because they play on screens, the operators may wait for two bits to be made from the same side of the screen. The reason being is that uh, players can hear the click of the mouse and may 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 know what the tempo of the table is and who is thinking for how long. So it's been no. I refuse to believe that four spades can be beat with this hand. This is just painful. Four spades with a singleton spade. I'm speechless, really. And I almost always have something to say. I guess there is some logic that you don't beat 3-0 Trump and the vulnerabilities are good and everything, but for me this is completely demoralizing the partnership. If my partner beats like that, this is definitely the last time we're playing together. Rach, I hope you're listening to this. I mean, how can you beat... sorry, but this is no Britge. I hope the team of Signori will have a strong coffee because we saw some unacceptable bits by their players. More than one of the players bit badly on a few occasions. So I hope they can bring up their game. I'm sure they can because they made it to the semi-final of such a strong event. Although they qualified last, but they were 8 out of 30, so they did very well to get here. But their performance in the first set of the semifinals we can describe as appalling. Sorry to be so nasty, but we need to keep it real. Although we see all the cards, just looking at one hand, some of the bits just don't make sense. So what is happening here? It's not too bad. It will be probably 800 or 800, is it? So the defense has 2, 5, 6, might be even 500 because the spades are dropping. The king of hearts will be a trick. Spade return. I'm not sure why is that, but there was potential. No, there wasn't potential. It's always 3 off. So yeah, apparently the bit worked. It may win dreams, but sorry, this is no bridge for me. To raise 4 spades with a singleton spade in this context with 1.5 tricks in your hand. Four imps. Imagine how much bollocking from me, and the guy won four imps with his four spades bit. I will not say well done to this, sorry. It is nothing to do with the game of bridge that I've learned in the past 25 years. To raise with a singleton proactively when partner has a good hand trying to make a game, okay, but to go for a sacrifice in these circumstances, for me it's outrageous. So 4 imps to Signori and 31-11 to Marele Urs before the last board of this match. Let's see what the other table play. Oh, they haven't finished yet, so we'll see later, I guess. North-South can make 6 spades on this hand. Bidding it might be more difficult, but let's see. 1 diamond, 1 spade. The next bit will be very important. I would guess South will bid 4 hard splinter, which won't get them too far. The other option is 4 diamonds, good diamonds and the spades. It's tough now. If you don't play conventions like Gazillion, you don't have a way to show a strong hand and keep it low. It will be tough to beat a slam. Not for South, he's beating key card over 1 spade. To be honest, I've been very far from senior bridge all my life and I'm not used to this Stone Age bridge. I'm not saying this with disrespect. Uh, it just Stone Age bridge means you follow your feelings and you make the most natural, straightforward bits that get you to where you want to be. So South is feeling there is a slam, which of course it's a good feeling and the right one now, and that's why they're very experienced and their sixth sense works in general. But bidding for no trump a bit excessive for me. If North doesn't have 5 spades and doesn't have the ace of spades, even 5 will be going off. In this case, slam is relatively cold. You need to be careful with the communications. But in general, it should make one way or another the way cards lie. Even the hearts are coming, so if Declare blows the communications by just drawing trump as he is now aiming to do. Because see, if he draws 3 trumps for example, if the opponents are 3-1, then he cannot set up the diamonds, he has no communications. He doesn't have communications even now. Because he needs to have 2 diamonds and get to the table 3rd time. Ah no, yeah, he'll have the communications, sorry, it's fine. As the trumps are 2-2. So this will be 12 tricks for North-South, making 6 spades. Well done for beating this slam, it wasn't so easy. Let's see what is happening at the other table. Yes, for Hard, the splinter I predicted. For North is now very difficult to bid on because he doesn't have such amazing values anywhere and the Heart is kind of a waste, it's feeling. But he's got a great shape and he knows that. He's just fighting his prejudice that his hand has no points to continue, but he has nice shape to continue. So let's see. Normally, four hearts is in the range of 17-19 points with a singleton heart. So this is truly a massive, massive, massive hand. And just ace fifth opposite is usually good enough to continue. But mentally, it's not that easy when partner told you I've got singleton in your second suit. Anyway, if I have to bet, I'll bet that Mario's Cookie Unita will beat for no trump. Let's see. If Nord doesn't beat. Okay, the moment I said doesn't, then he did. If they haven't beat the slam, this would have been 13 imps to Signori and just 7 imps difference, so it would have been an interesting match. Now it still be interesting, but 20 imps lead to Marelle. And that was a quick claim, so I guess the play went very fast. And that is it for the first set of the semifinals. Two to go. The second one should start in 15 minutes. The experience shows that it never starts when it's supposed to do, so I would say half an hour. But stick around, the next two sets will run one after another as much as possible with 50-20 minutes break. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye!